building suspense, and how tension escalates in Training Day. Welcome back. We'll break down the moments in movies that stay with you long after the credits roll. Today we're diving into one of the most suspenseful scenes in Training Day. The moment Jake Holt is betrayed, trapped, and pushed to his breaking point. But this isn't just a nail-biting sequence, it's a masterclass in storytelling packed with tension, symbolism, and a powerful transformation. How does a single photo change the course of story? And why is this scene so unforgettable? Stick around and we unravel the layers of this cinematic masterpiece. Some movie scenes are crafted to make your heart race, your palms sweat, and your mind question, how will this end? The Training Day scene where rookie cop Jake Hoyt finds himself trapped with gangsters Smiley and Marono and Sniper is one of those moments. Today we're unpacking how director Antoine Fuqua expertly bends suspense, making the sequence unforgettable. The tension starts the moment Jake steps into Smiley's world. The handheld camera follows him, keeping the audience just as unsteady as Jake. Notice the tight framing. Jake is boxed in, visually and narratively. This isn't just a casual meeting, it's a trap. The director manipulates the mood of contrasting tones. Smiley's demeanor is deceptively calm, even friendly, as he offers Drake a drink, but the welcome feels wrong. The casual laughter in the background only adds to the unease. Are they even laughing at Jake? This creates a psychological disconnect for the audience, keeping us on the edge. Then comes a verbal bombshell. Alonzo sold Jake out, the stakes skyrocket, and the dialogue becomes razor sharp. Smiley's words cut through Jake's hope like a knife, while the camera holds on his reaction, amplifying his realization that he's truly alone. Next, the director uses blocking and body language to amplify the fear. The gangster's movements become slower, more deliberate. They even circle Jake like a predator. The camera shifts to low angles, making Jake look smaller and the gangsters larger, visually forcing the power dynamic. Silence is another critical tool here. After Jake pleads for his life, the room falls eerie quiet. The lack of music or background noise heightens the tension, forcing us to focus entirely on Jake's breathing, the ticking clock, and the ominous expressions around him. And then the moment of truth, Smiley pulls out a gun and the camera zooms in slowly, prolonging the dread, and you know something's about to happen. But the director makes you wait, stretching that tension like a rubber band about to snap. The discovery of the rosary photo breaks the tension, but only slightly. It's not just a twist, it's a release valve after unbearable build-up. But even here, the threat doesn't vanish. It lingers, reminding us how Jake came close to death. This scene is a masterclass in suspense. Every shot, every line, every pause is deliberate, building layer upon layer of fear and tension. The director doesn't just want you to watch Jake's horror, he makes you feel it. And that's why this moment in Training Day is so unforgettable. It's not just a scene, it's an experience, one that keeps you on the edge of your seat every time. The betrayal and character growth in Training Day. Betrayal is a devastating force that strips away trust and forces us to confront who we really are. In Training Day, Jake Hoyt's journey hinges on an ultimate betrayal, Alonzo Harris selling him out. But here's the twist. That betrayal isn't just a plot device, it's a catalyst for Jake's transformation. Let's break it down, how this moment in Smiley's house shatters Jake's innocence and forces him to grow into the hero of his own story. Up to this point, Jake's belief in Alonzo has been shaky, but he still clings to the idea that his mentor might have some redeeming qualities. When Alonzo sends Jake to Smiley's house under the pretense of a pickup, Jake thinks it's just another hazing ritual. But the moment Smiley reveals the truth that Alonzo sold him out to cover his own track, and Jake's world collapses. This revelation is more than a betrayal of trust. It's a personal attack on Jake's sense of morality. He entered this job believed he could make a difference, but now he sees how Alonzo uses people as pawns, discarding them where they're no longer useful. It's a gut punch, and Jake's silent, stunned reaction says it all. This betrayal also forces Jake into a corner, literally and figuratively, trapped with gangsters who had every reason to kill him. He has no backup, no badge to protect him, and no way out. He can only rely on his instincts and his unwavering moral code. But here's where Jake starts to transform. Instead of giving into the fear, he fights to prove his worth. He speaks with conviction, appealing to the humanity of the captors, even as the odds seems immeasurable. This is the moment Jake begins to shed his naivety and step into his own power. The rosary photo becomes a symbolic lifeline, not just because it saves Jake, but because it validates his character. Smiley sees Jake's sincerity and realizes he's just not another corrupt cop. Jake's moral integrity, even in face of death, wins him a second chance. The betrayal by Alonzo doesn't just strip Jake of his safety net. It casts him into what feels like a moral hell. He's surrounded by sin, corruption, and death with no way out. In this moment, Jake is at his lowest, and this scene begins to feel like a twisted trial of his faith and character. But here's where the religious symbolism begins to shine. As Jake's death seems inevitable, it is not his badge or his gun that saves him. It's a small photo of a girl holding a rosary. This image, discovered in Jake's wallet, becomes a catalyst for his salvation. The rosary is an unmistakable religious symbol. It represents faith, prayer, and divine guidance. In this moment, it feels like divine intervention, unexpected grace that spares Jake's life. Smiley, who had no reason to show mercy, is moved by this small personal connection. It's also if the rosary becomes a bridge between Jake's morality and the humanity of his captors. But the symbolism doesn't stop there. The photo also represents innocence and redemption. The young girl in the picture, someone Jake saved early in the film, is a reminder of his selfless action and the good he's capable of, even in a corrupt world. In religious terms, Jake's good deeds essentially become saving grace, proving his worth in a moment of judgment. When Jake walks out of the house alive, it's not just a victory of survival, it's a moment of spiritual rebirth. He's been tested, stripped of his illusions, and forced to confront his own mortality. The rosary photo is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there's hope and redemption. This scene is a part of a larger pattern of religious imagery. Throughout Training Day, Alonzo himself can be seen as a devil figure, tempting, corrupting, and ultimately leading Jake into personal reckoning. The rosary photo, on the other hand, is a symbol of Jake's faith in humanity and his refusal to compromise his principles. In the end, the religious symbolism in Smiley's house elevates beyond a simple life or death moment. It becomes a metaphor for judgment, redemption, and the triumph of morality over corruption. Jake doesn't survive, he transforms, ready to confront the darkness head-on. Emerging from Smiley's house, Jake is no longer the same wide-eyed rookie. He has been stripped of his illusions and forced to confront the harsh reality of this world. But this transformation isn't just about survival, it's about growth. Jake is now ready to take on Alonzo, not as a student trying to understand his mentor, but as an equal ready to challenge him. Alonzo's betrayal isn't just the low point in Jake's journey, it's the turning point. By betraying Jake, Alonzo unintentionally gives him the clarity and resolve he needs. He needs to resolve above the corruption. This scene at Smiley's house is where Jake Hoyt is forged into the hero of Training Day. Betrayal may break him down, but also builds him up, made him stronger and more determined, and that makes this moment so powerful. It's not just about fear or survival, it's about transformation.